Good morning, Group 1. Welcome to your next video. We've been doing a lot of division over the last week, and this will be your last explicit lesson in division. As you can see, today we are looking at the division algorithm, which you started last week and found quite easy. We're slowly progressing and getting harder, and today we're looking at the division algorithm with remainders, or in other words, with leftovers. So we're going to be looking at what do we do when we have leftover numbers after completing our division. You can see today you will divide using the written algorithm, and the new part when there are leftovers. Of course, to be successful at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to divide using the short division written algorithm when there are leftovers. First, let's just check your understanding on a few things that you will need to be able to complete this lesson successfully. I want you to partition this number. The number is 456, so partition it, separating it into its hundreds, tens, and ones. Press pause and write that on your board now. Let's see how you went. To partition this number, you would have separated it into 400 plus 50 plus 6, giving you 456 when together. Great, let's move on. I want you to have a go at solving this problem. We have 714 divided by 7. Let's think about it in terms of objects. I have 714 new little plants to plant, and I want to plant them into 7 gardens. So how many plants will go into each of those gardens? Press pause and have a go, remembering that this was learning we started yesterday, when you might get a digit like 1 and have to divide it into 7. So remember back to yesterday's lesson, have a practice and see if you have remembered that. Press pause and do that now. Let's check your answers. So we start off with the digit 7 in the hundreds house, and we go 7 divided by 7 is 1. Now we're a 1 in the tens house, so that is 10 divided by 7. It's not 1 divided by 7. It is actually 10, okay? But we know that if we have 1 and we try to split it 7 ways, we can't do that. So we put a 0, and then we put our leftover, that 1, next to the ones house. It's still a 10 then, because it is 110 being moved into the ones house. And so now you can see we have 14. That's the 110 and the 4 ones making 14. So now we go 14 divided by 7. We can do that, that's easy. 2. Knowing our times tables helps us. Our answer for that was 102. Did you get that? I want you to just take a moment and I want you to read back through the rules when we're doing short division. Press pause and read through these rules. Great. We're ready for the lesson now. Here's the I do. I want you to watch me very carefully. Make sure you and your partner have nothing in your hands. Great, let's get started. The first question we are going to start with is 372 divided by 3. We do things as usual. To start with, I focus on the first digit on the left-hand side, my 3, and I divide it by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. My answer goes straight above. Now I move into the tens house and I focus on 7 divided by 3. Well, I know that that's quite easy. 3 goes into 7 twice, and there is 1 left over. If I count up in threes, 3, 6. To get to 7, I just need 1 more. So I put that 1 next to the 2. I've used up 6 of my 7. 2, 3, 6. And I've got 1 left over. So now I have 12 divided by 3, and that is going to give me 4. Remember, that's easily done, but let's just change it for a second. Let's get rid of our answer here. And now instead of 372, let's say we had 373. Divided by 3. So what we're going to do now is the same thing. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 7 divided by 3 is 2 with 1 left over. And now 13 divided by 3. Well, we know 3 goes into 13 4 times, but we have 1 left over. 4 3s are 12, plus 1 extra gives us 13. It's really quite simple. While we will learn some more complex ways of showing a remainder later in the year, for now all we have to do is write R. R stands for remainder or leftover. And how many do we have left over? Well, we know 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 more will give us the 13. So we have 1 left over. I always like to make my remainder a little bit smaller to the rest of my answer, to show that it's not part of the answer, it's letting us know what is left over. I'd like to show you one more question. This one is 288 divided by 7. Well, we start off normally, we have our 2 and we try to divide it by 7. We can't do that. So we could write our 0 at the top, but we don't need to. We just straight away put our 2 next to our 8, or sometimes people don't even do that. They just see that it's 28. We now know that 7 into 28, or 28 divided 7 ways, will give us the answer 4. Then we'll have our last digit, 8, divided by 7. Well, I know that 7 goes into 8 once, but I have some left over. I have 1 left over. So I go R, 1. Great. We're going to give you the chance to have a go at these now. First of all, though, I want you to form pairs and select an A and a B person. If there's any leftover people, make a 3. Press pause and form your pairs, selecting an A and B now. Terrific. Now one of you has a job. Person A, you're going to teach person B what to do when you can't divide into the first digit. So here we have the 3 divided by 6. We can't do that. If you're unsure or you've forgotten, just go back through the video. It was the last example I did in the I Do. Watch it one more time, and then I want you to teach person B. Press pause and take time to teach in your pairs. Terrific. If you said something like, we go 3 divided by 6, but we work out we can't do that, so you put the 3 next to the 6, and then you do 36 divided by 6, that's correct. If you decided not to do that, and you said 3 divided by 6, but we can't do that, so all you need to do is think of it as 36 divided by 6, and then your answer goes up here. That's also correct. 2 options. You can move the little 3 here, like a regrouping, or you can just treat it as one whole number. Of course, if we went ahead to solve this problem, 36 divided by 6 will give us 6. Then 9 divided by 6 give us 1 with a remainder of 3 left over. We're going to move into the we do now. Could you get your whiteboard markers and whiteboards ready? Press pause and prepare yourself. Our first question is 817 divided by 8. Press pause and write that down. I want you now to write as we go, copying what I do. Alright, first of all, we're going to go 8 divided by 8. Pretty simple there for us, we know that goes once. Then we move to the next digit and we have 1 divided by 8. Oh, we can't do that, so straight away what we have to do is put a 0 up above and move our 1 over here. It's 110 in the ones house now, and we have 17. So now we have 17 divided by 8. We know that goes twice, 8 and 8 is 16, but we have something left over. This is the new part for us today. We're going to write R, and everyone, R stands for? That's right, remainder. And how many remainders do we have? Well, we know 2 times 8, reversing our division, is 16, and we want the number 17, so we count up 1 to get to 17. Our remainder is 1. Great. Let's work on a new problem. Now, I want you to write down on your whiteboard this question. 409 divided by 8. Okay, let's get started. We start with our digit on the left-hand side. It's a 4. But we have 4 divided by 8. We can't do that. You have two options. You could write your little 4 next to the 0, or you could work as 40. So now we have 40 divided by 8. We know the answer is 5. Now we have 9 divided by 8. I know that 8 goes into 9 once, but I have some left over. See, 1 times 8 is 8, but we need 9. So to get from 8 to 9, I have a remainder. Press pause and write down what the remainder is now. How'd you go? Well, here's the answer. It's 51, remainder 1. Great. I have this problem here. It is 485 divided by 3. And I've got my answer there. I've even done some regrouping. I want you to work out if I have solved this division correctly. Press pause and work it out, but don't tell anyone your answer. Okay, you've had the chance to work it out. What do you think? Did I solve it correctly or not? No, I didn't solve it correctly. What I would like person B to do now is teach person A how to answer this one correctly. Person B, it's your turn. Press pause and teach person A how to answer this correctly. Terrific. Let's see how you went. Well, you would have done 4 divided by 3 gives you 1 with 1 left over. Then you would have had 18 divided by 3 gives you 6. Then you would have had 5 divided by 3, but that should have given you 1. And then we have a remainder of, check it out, 1 times 3 is 3. We want to get to 5, so counting from 3 to 5 is 2. So we have a remainder of 2. You're going to work through some problems now. The worksheet is there for you to work on. Remember, if you have any problems, go back through the video and watch some examples. Good luck, follow the rules, and don't forget your short date. Title is division with remainders. And make sure you put the question numbers down. Good luck.